Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, this is just a little YouTube live that I wanted to do really as a way to record my reflections since today I was able to attend the 10-year anniversary party for Lilynage, and I will share more about that later. But for whoever is here for the first time tonight, just to say hi and thank you for watching. I'm Lynette, so I'm the founder of Kokoro Salon, and Kokoro stands for heart and mind in Japanese. So the idea behind my work is that I really want to share holistic and nourishing self-care practices that are able to cultivate the care for our heart, mind, and body in a really holistic way so that anyone who comes to learn these methods, you're able to live your healthiest, most radiant life, looking, feeling, and living your best life. And my background is actually that of a primary care physician, but I'm also a certified deep lymphatic self massage instructor in the method of Lilynage, which stands for Lily's Drainage Method. Okay, so just wanted to share my thoughts before I forget because I just feel like it's such a nice occasion that I managed to attend today's Lilynage 10-year anniversary party where Lily, my teacher and the lady who founded this self-massage method, she actually has developed a new self-massage cream as well. So there was the unveiling of the cream, which I'll share more a bit later on. But I guess overall, I just wanted to share how the experience was, and I will try and do another YouTube video where I can show more of the images and the videos that I took of the occasion. And yeah, I just really wanted to kind of reflect for myself as well how it has been for me, this journey over the past few years. So, as a little recap, Lily Nudge, so it stands for Lily's Drainage Method, and it is a self care method that is a holistic one, combining the physical care in the form of a deep lymphatic self massage, plus also very holistic emotional and mindfulness type of care because throughout the process of self massage, you really get the time to spend getting to know yourself better, connecting to yourself, and developing that sense of love and cherishing for yourself. And the more you do it, the more you're able to cultivate a healthy body inside and out. So this is really one of the reasons why I started to learn this method in the first place. And how I came across this was actually a couple of years ago. Probably it would be about 3 to 4 years ago. And that was really at a low point in my life where I was just in not a great state, going through a period of very heartbreak, feeling emotionally really down, of low in confidence, and very tired, very stressed and burnt out from my work, which was at a really busy clinic. And, just every day was such a tiring one for me. And I think physically, mentally, emotionally, really at a low point. So at that time, I was so, I guess, desperate to feel better. I wanted to get my life better. That was really the starting point. And I've always been interested in things that can help me to grow as a person and to develop in a way that life gets better. And so one of my favorite methods is, of course, the KonMari method of decluttering. And I'm a huge fan of KonMari, though I must say that I am not particularly so great with that in terms of completing it 100%, not quite there yet. But so that was the time where I really wanted to get my life better. And then I decided to do yet another round of KonMari decluttering just to get things going, boost my luck, feel better, physically, tidy up my space. And so I was listening to a lot of KonMari related podcasts, and I also was reading the book that was written by KonMari's husband, Kawahara Takumi-san. He had a book that he was published in Japanese, and it's all about being yourself. Yeah, the title is Be Yourself, and it's really just his thoughts about how we can live a more authentic life, authentic to ourselves, how we can go about doing that. And I was listening to his podcast in Japanese on a platform called Voicey, which is like a popular Spotify version for Japanese audience. So I was listening to his podcast, and then I came across this interview that he did with Lily, who is the lady who created this self massage method. And initially, she just said, oh, yeah, it's about deep lymphatic self massage. So, coming from a medical standpoint, I was like, oh, wow, okay, this sounds really good. It's a self massage method that can get me to be healthier. Why not give it a try? So then I just decided to learn more about it, went to the website, joined her online Facebook community, which she had at the time, like an online salon. And that was really when I got to know this method better. I was able to try it out for myself. And the whole process was just so healing. Yeah, I think I remember trying out the massaging, watching her videos, and listening to the way that she would speak about how we can take better care of ourselves. How does the body feel? How does the mind feel now? And a lot of it was showing gratitude for the body, gratitude for ourselves, for how hard we work. And I think that's something that is so powerful and so lacking in a way in our current way of living. This idea of coming back to ourselves and being grateful for everything that we have done in our life all this time. That was really a huge healing moment for me when I started to do the self massage, and getting to forgive myself for a lot of the things that I had been blaming myself for, things that I couldn't really figure out what to do, make decisions that I wasn't sure whether they were right or not, those kind of feelings of uncertainty. Learning also to just forgive myself for those things and to be more kind and compassionate to myself. That was a big part of my Lilynage journey at the start. And throughout that time, also seeing the changes to my body physically, it was such a wonderful confidence booster since it is a deep lymphatic self massage. So, working on your fluid drainage, helping to sculpt the body, it's a method that contributes to that naturally. So it was really such a nice thing for me to see also over time with my photos and under the guidance of my own Lilynage instructor, Yumi-san. I was able to see the progress over the course of 6 to 9 months, and it was just so empowering to see that wow, I could actually create the kind of change in my body, in my mind, in my heart, and in my life. And so that's really why I felt so inspired to take up the instructor course, and in the end became a Lilynage certified instructor. So I do teach now in Singapore in person and also online. So that's available to whoever's interested, wherever you live in the world, feel free to find out more. I'll drop some details in the links below. So that was really the start of my journey. And yeah, I think throughout these few years, it's just been a deepening process of constantly getting to know how to take better care of myself. Really, it's like the summary of it, that every time you have life gives you always ups and downs, and no matter what happens, being able to reset and being able to come back to yourself and to love yourself through the hard parts, and also be able to nourish and support yourself to get out of those tough times is really a skill that when you know the fundamentals, you can always come back to it time and again. And this is something that I feel is so incredibly empowering. So today at the 10-year anniversary event, it was really nice. Yeah, I'll show some photos as well on Instagram and here. But it was like beautiful, so many flowers at the entrance, and it was such a nice time to be able to see the fellow Lilynage instructors from the various levels. I'm the fourth batch, so I could see a couple of them from the various batches, and also different people who have been a part of this Lilynage community longer than I have, some of them. So, because it's over 10 years, and some of them have known Lily or started with the self massage right from the beginning. So it's really interesting to just talk to them and find out what their history with this self massage method is, how they came across it, what prompted them to start, and what the changes are. You know, everybody has got different stories. And I think that the common point that I see a lot of the time, or when I hear the incredible changes that these ladies have experienced, is, I mean, it all comes down to knowing yourself better and really loving yourself better, plus living healthier and better. So these kind of 3 points are really, in a way, a summary of all the different types of beautiful positive changes that the ladies who learn Lilynage and who practice it in their life, they are able to experience. So, for example, there was one lady today who shared about how when she was, I mean, last time before she came across Lilynage, she would be so busy taking care of her kids. She would be a lot of times at home as well, not able to go out so freely because she had very young kids at home, and was just so exhausted and didn't have time to go out for a massage or for those aesthetic kind of facials, self-care treatments. So then in the end, when she found this self-massage method online and realized that she could do a lot of the care for herself, it was such a huge change. And she started to feel better, started to listen better to her body. So when previously she would overwork herself, and until she had fainted and the ambulance had to come and send her to the hospital, and that was like an incident that had happened. She said last time that would have, she would have worked herself to that extent that she would faint and then need the ambulance to come. But after starting Lilynage and really learning to listen to her body better, learning like, oh, okay, these are areas of tension, body is already feeling tired, time to rest, learning to listen better, that really helped her to be able to have some boundaries with her work, with her care for the family and the kids, in a way, really getting to take better care of herself. So then she was able to listen, and she doesn't end up going to that kind of extreme extent where her body can't take it anymore. Instead, she has learned how to listen and to really care for it so much better to prevent things from happening or getting worse in her health. So that's like one story. And another story that was shared was about how for this lady, before starting Lilynage, she just didn't really know what she wanted in her life, wasn't too sure what she wanted to do, but slowly getting to know herself better, she began to also gain more trust in herself, seeing the changes to her body, feeling better, feeling encouraged by, things that were shifting and moving. And in the end, she managed to get a new job. She met her partner, who then became her husband, and she is now actually a masseuse who was trained in a Lilynage form of massage treatment for people. So then she's able to go around different places to do a kind of traveling salon sometimes. So that is something that she said she would have never been able to do pre Lilynage all those years ago. But over time, just learning to listen to herself and to acknowledge her wants, her needs, and being her own best supporter, that is something that had changed. So there are so many of these various stories, and I do share some of them on my Kokoro Salon website, the journal section. So feel free to have a look there as well. But I think that just listening to the different stories and also seeing how much effort Lily herself had put into setting up this whole self massage method, I really cried so much. It was at the beginning of the the party where she showed this video of the history of it all, and we could see that she had started with Instagram videos all those years ago, just taking videos from her home, sharing the techniques of how to get a slimmer upper body, massage for the waist, different things. And then that's how it all started. From her effort, it began. But she also says that it's, even though she birthed that method, but everybody who learns it, everybody who practices, everybody who's a part of the community is a mother of this method as well. And without everybody's effort, everybody's contributions, and everybody's continuation of it, it wouldn't be where it is today. So I don't know, I just felt so touched when I saw that video, and I really could feel that, wow, it's so powerful what can be achieved when somebody puts their mind to something, to bring something they feel meaningful to the world, to be able to have it continued and spread through different people, and how it supports so many people in different stages of their life. It was really just a very uh, touching experience to feel and to be able to share with everybody. So yeah, oh, so many tears. I was just like, even when I met Lily, I was giving her a hug. I think it's so funny, just sometimes the tears just come out, and I do feel so grateful that I managed to come across this self massage method really quite miraculously through a podcast. And the fact that I'm able to learn it and to share it with people is really a blessing. So that is just something that I wanted to share. Okay, and then yeah, I think that it's so important to me as well. Like, why it's meaningful for me is really also that I just think that if women, men, of course, everybody, if we are all able to live healthier lives and really healthy inside and out, knowing how to take care of ourselves, I mean, that is such a foundation for everything you want to do in your life. And if you don't have your health, you can't talk about anything else. So, that as a foundation, being able to take care of yourself, you know your fundamentals, and then being able to take care also of the external, the appearance, your well-being, your beauty. It's really something that I think is so important, especially for all the really hardworking women who want to give so much to people in their life. All the women that I meet at the workshops and the one-on-one clients that I have, everybody's common point is that they are all super hardworking women who want to make life, who want to live a full and happy life, and they want to contribute in whatever way they can, in whatever way they are already doing, be it contributing to their family, taking care of their kids, the husband, parents, friends, or be it with their own career, their work, or just trying out new things, wanting to enjoy themselves more with their hobbies, really wanting to live that full, fulfilling life. Everybody works so hard, and the harder that or the more that you want to do with your life, the more full a life you want to live, you also need to be able to support yourself in a way that you have that capacity and that ability inside out to carry out the things that you want to do. So being able to support these women on their journey, or being able to support anybody who wants to start this process, is really something that I feel is so meaningful. And that's why I decided to bring this method into Singapore and, of course, share it with everybody in the world. Um, yeah, so I think that is really something that I feel very strongly about continuing as well this year. And so, okay, before I forget, I wanted to also share a little bit about this beautiful Rookroom Grace Cream, the body massage cream, the latest one from Lily's method, and it is called Grace because it's really focusing on supporting women mid 30s onwards, because that's really when the hormonal changes are starting to happen. So mid 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, where women are more at the mercy of hormonal fluctuations. And as you go along towards menopause, perimenopause, that kind of phase, that's really when a lot of the changes to the body start to happen. But it's always possible to age with grace, with beauty, with intention, and also in a very natural, nourishing way. So this was kind of really that intention behind the creation of the cream on her end. And yeah, it's really a beautiful cream. So I thought that I would just share a little bit how it is. So a couple of the great features of this cream is that it has botanical extracts that are really good with helping the skin's elasticity and plumpness. This in particular, compared to the previous massage cream, that the classic room cream, this one is really focusing on kind of that inner outer care for the body. Outer care being that way of being able to care for our skin, for our um, external beauty and femininity. So there are these botanical extracts that are included that contribute to the support, lifting, firmness of the skin, moisture as well. Plus, also, one of the great parts is that it has got rose and geranium essential oils included. So anytime you do your massaging or your body care, you're able to have that smell. And it's really a gentle one, not overwhelming, but just a gentle one that kind of, it rises very naturally and it doesn't overwhelm. It's really just that soft kind of scent that is just a beautiful reminder to treat yourself like the most beautiful flower ever, that kind of feeling. And it's smooth and soft, and you can already see a bit more shimmer or shine. The other thing that's really a wonderful component of this new cream is that it is free from parabens, free from mineral oil, free from synthetic coloring, uh, free from artificial fragrances. So it's really a beautiful, natural type of cream that is very nourishing and gentle for the body. So just being able to use your palm and firmly, but also gently, apply the cream. And then you can already see that there is that plumpness, nice shine to it. Yeah. So can't wait to introduce more of this cream. I'll put in some details also about this upcoming International Women's Day event that I'll be giving a free talk and demonstration at in Singapore at the Swapaholic store. And that's where also you'll be able to get your hands on some of this new Rookroom cream, try it out, also have a smell and experience this kind of softness that is so important to help to relax the body and to also have that ability to reset and regain balance in your life, especially throughout the process of as we're growing older and the hormone fluctuations are there. This is really a way that you can take back that balance in your life emotionally and physically. Yeah, so that is the Grace cream that I wanted to share a bit more about. And I think the main thing that I feel is so powerful also about this cream is that it has that softness to it. your skin also literally does get softer and more. Um, I can already feel it much softer and moist and plump. I don't know what other word to say, but plump is just that nice word. So you just get that sense of, okay, it's okay to be soft, it's okay to be gentle, and it's okay to come back to yourself and really treat yourself like the most precious person ever. I think that's the kind of that intention during your body massage. If you're applying a cream, how will you touch yourself if you were for a person that you love so deeply, to always have that in your mind as you apply the cream. I think this cream really encourages us to go go into that gentle, soft space. So yes, that's about the cream for now. Okay, and yeah, I think that it's really a reminder for all the hardworking women out there, the moms, the wives, career ladies, creatives, whatever label, no need a label as well, just hardworking and women who try their best with their lives. I think it's always a reminder that we can only give best when we are ourselves topped up fully with love and with nourishment and care. So it might be something that we forget, when things are busy. It's just something that we will, unless we make time for it. So this is really a physical reminder to make time for these moments of self-care and self-cherishing, which that more we can include, the more space you can create in your life to enjoy, to love, and to give, and to just live your best life. So that's kind of my little spiel for now. Let me think. Was there anything else that I wanted to share before I finish? Oh yes, okay. Very importantly, I wanted to also share a little bit about my plans for this year's Lilynage related programs in Singapore. Plus, can join in from wherever you are in the world if I'm doing the online versions. So what I'm really gonna be sharing more of moving forward is this concept of your radiant body reset. It's because I firmly believe that, and it's a biological thing, physiologically, everybody is capable of renewal, everybody is capable of change for the better. So if you feel that, oh, I've reached a stage where, maybe physically, I mean, weight gain is just not dropping, um, it's so difficult to get healthier. If you're feeling tired, stressed, and not sure how to move yourself to a better, more relaxed, state of being, it's always possible to change. You need to give yourself the chance to change. You need to be able to also have a method that is suitable for you, and of course a method that is effective and it works. So I think that the good thing about this self massage is that it ticks all the boxes, and that's why I'm going to be rolling out a couple of radiant body reset programs this year, so that you can really focus on fine tuning and going deeper to reset your body in different ways. So what I'm planning moving forward is that there will be a upper body beautiful radiant reset program, and then there will be an abdominal radiant reset program, plus also a legs or lower limb reset program. And at the end of everything, at the end of 2026, there will be also a celebratory party, Kokoro Salon Radiant Celebration. I don't know, I haven't thought of the name yet, but it's going to be something that will be super nice and fun and cozy. It's just a wonderful event. I'm going to invite all the participants of the programs to join in, so that they can have that chance for something to work towards, and also a chance to be able to share the changes that have been happening or that they've noticed for themselves and for their bodies. And of course, it's also open to anybody who wants to have a chance to connect and to learn about these things, even if you don't participate in the programs. But party at the end of the year, you're always welcome to join. So I think the main thing is that I want to create that container, that safe, supportive container where the women who want to be able to have that radiant reset for themselves will be able to come in and practice the self massage with a group of other like minded ladies, and with me guiding and supporting, always your cheerleader plus teacher at the same time, and knowing how to incorporate that and integrate it into your life, because at the end of the day, it is also a habit, and habits take time to form. So you always need to give yourself that space of time where it is intentionally a little bit higher on your priority list, so that you can give yourself a chance to really see, to believe for yourself the changes that are possible to your body and to everything in your life. So that space, that time frame, and at the moment it's going to be most likely 6 weeks for each program, so that you really give yourself ample time to try to adapt. Yeah, adapting to your life is incredibly important. Nobody is able to like fit it in perfectly at the first go. It's always about integration. So we need to give ourselves that time to integrate, and at the same time also it's really giving yourself that chance to see the change, to see for yourself what is possible. I think it's really a gift that you can give to yourself. you know it's a way for you to remove the kind of some kind of those limiting beliefs that you might have about yourself. If you feel like, oh gosh, I haven't been able to do this last time, so I don't think I can do it again, that is not necessarily true. And whatever happened in the past is the past. What has worked for you before coming up to this point, it has brought you here today, but to get to a new stage, there are going to be things that have to change. So, but most importantly, is that you have to give yourself that chance to experience that change. And I think that once you're able to do so, you really can see and can feel in your body what is possible. And once you can do that, it is your power for life. So, anyone who has gone through that process of change and seeing the beautiful developments, the beautiful ways that their body can be refined further at whatever season of their life. A couple of my clients before, when they see, after 1 month, 2 months, gosh, there's so much reduction in puffiness, the body is slimmer and more sculpted. They did it themselves. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. So that kind of skill is what you'll be learning in the programs, and being able to do so in that supportive community, I think also it's extremely important, because you know that you're not alone, and being able to continue with others around you is something that can be a real encouragement. So that's going to be an important element as well. And so something to look forward to, your upper body, abdomen, lower back, plus your leg radiant reset, so that if you continue throughout this whole year, you will be able to have reset pretty much your whole body throughout this process. So can you imagine by the end of 2026 what kind of incredible, gorgeous body you're going to be having, plus also how you're going to be feeling when you're so much more relaxed, when you spend so much more time, breathing in incredibly beautiful scents, using good products on your body, treating yourself like the most precious person ever. So all that amount of accumulation of time, it's gonna change anybody for the better. So I think that's really something that you can look forward to. And especially when we do our party at the end of the year, it's a place where you can look forward to dressing up, to showing up, your best, most enjoyable self. Just enjoy and be with people who are also cheering you on throughout the whole way. That's my plan for 2026 moving forward. And of course, there are also other ways that you can do this with me. So I'm planning to do it both online plus in person, like a hybrid version for each program. And also, there will always be one on one chances. You can have a look at the website. I will share more details as well in the description below. And yeah, for whoever's watching, hello. Feel free to also drop your questions in the comments below. At any time, feel free to ask if you have any thoughts, or you share your thoughts about self massage. If you've tried it out, let me know how you're feeling. And yeah, thank you so much for listening in and watching. This was really just my way of recapping how things have been, a journey, and thoughts from today's party. So, yeah, just to also say to Lily and to the Lilynage community, I think just from the bottom of my heart, very, very, very grateful to have come across this method, to be allowed to learn it, to be able to share it with people throughout the world. And it's really something that I'm very, very grateful for in my life. So, a big, huge blessing, yeah, in my life. So, yeah, and of course, also a big, big thank you to whoever is on this journey with me. I always feel so grateful for the students, the ladies who I come across in my workshops, those who have signed up for the like one-on-one programs, have become many of them have become friends. Yeah, very, very grateful to you. So if you're watching this, just to say thank you so much for giving it a try. Thank you so much for taking the time to care for your body, and none of the time that you spend on your body and your self-care will ever go to waste. It's always building up your reserves. It's always building up your tank of love and nourishment for yourself, like topping it up like savings account, that type of thing. So it's always going to be something that will never be wasted. So don't worry, whatever you spent and the time that you spend, your hands on your body, even if you couldn't do it every day, any moment that you take to turn to yourself, and to breathe deeper, go slower, get in touch with yourself, is time that is really precious for your body and yourself. So I'm very proud of you for doing that. Okay, and yeah, just I think this is pretty much all I want to say. Let me see my notes, make sure that I didn't leave anything out. I kind of like just jotted down some of these things. Yeah, so okay, I think that's it. And I will share more details. So next Saturday, March 14th in Singapore at Swapaholics shop at Clarke Quay. I'll be there for their free, beautiful event, In Her Body, that is part of International Women's Day in March. And it's really going to be, I think, a wonderful time. There's so many different ladies who are sharing about different self-care rituals. I think there will be a tea making, pillow mist making. There's also ladies selling wonderful pajamas. So it's all related to rest and sleep and really treating ourselves well, as all women deserve. Okay, so yeah, I hope to see you there. And feel free to leave a comment below as well. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the night.